Yes, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football, and we're back again with another video. Today is a little bit of a match preview, plus we got some breaking news around everything that happened yesterday with David Raya officially signing a permanent, Arsenal agreeing with Brentford to get him signed on a permanent deal. Of course, we're going to talk about the game going into the Brentford game and some potential injuries and players coming back from injuries. And there's also some rumors about Tomiyasu potentially getting a transfer link away from the club. Personally, for me, the main reason why we're here today is to talk about the whole goalkeeper situation, and for you guys to give me a little bit of your feelings and insights on what's really happening with the goalkeeper situation. So let's get the show started. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it cracking. First things first, we got to talk about what Fabrizio Romano dropped the bomb yesterday, and he told us that Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Brentford. Sorry, not personal terms. We've already agreed the fee with Brentford. It was in the contract. There was an option to buy clause, and it was triggered. £27 million. That is what the fee is at this moment in time. So it's understand that Arsenal have decided to seal the deal in 2024 and it's a guaranteed option to buy, triggering the £27 million release clause. And yes, David Raya already signed a long-term contract with Arsenal until 2024. Okay, so basically we will have him until 2024, and then this is a situation where Mikel Arteta has made his choice. He has made his choice, ladies and gentlemen. The whole Ramsdale and Raya thing is no longer a competition. This is strictly Raya's job, and this Ramsdale is most likely going to be sold. That is what it looks like, in my opinion, and that is what it's going to be until something changes. Nothing is going to change my mind. I personally believe at this moment in time it is over for Ramsdale. Ramsdale has officially lost his job permanently. Raya has taken it, and Mikel Arteta has made his choice. Mikel Arteta has made his choice. He's made it evidently clear that it's going to be none other than David Raya who's going to be the starting keeper going forward. And Ramsdale is only going to get the mere cup games or the domestic cup competitions here and there, nothing serious. And the reason why I say that is because Arsenal are not going to let Ramsdale leave in January. They've made it evidently clear that they want Ramsdale still here until the end of the season. In the summer, we might view potentially selling him, but Mikel Arteta has made his choice. Even though Ramsdale was a big part of helping the team resurge and get better and get back into the Champions League, he's decided that he wants Raya to be the goalkeeper leading us going forward. Some people are disappointed in the way that he's treated Ramsdale. Some people understand this is a cutthroat business, and sometimes in order to get the best results, you need to have the best players out there. And Mikel Arteta feels like Raya is a better player than Ramsdale, even though I don't think that the difference in quality is that different. Maybe the styles are slightly different, but even then, it's a debate that can go on for a couple of days or even the rest of the season. I think it's caused a little bit of disharmony in the dressing room, in my opinion, with these two guys. And maybe there's people who back Ramsdale, maybe there's people who back Raya, but at the end of the day, if Arsenal's winning games, do we really care, people? Do we really care? That is the question I have to ask to everybody. Do we really care? As long as Arsenal are winning games, do you guys care? My man here says, any news on Timber, Partey or Timber? Nothing really on Partey and Timber at this moment in time. If I'm not mistaken, I can go on the Arsenal website. They did talk about some potential players coming back from injury. I'm going to show you that in a second. 1 second. Let's get to that. So yeah, Mikel Arteta and the boys are ready to go up against Brentford, but there is some injury news on Ødegaard, Jesus, and Ben White. These are the updates that Mikel Arteta gave us in his press conference. When speaking about White, Mikel Arteta said he's hopefully able to train today and eligible to play, but the question mark resolves in the next few hours. So we'll speak about him. Mikel Arteta also spoke about Gabriel Jesus, saying that he missed the Burnley game, featured in internationals for Brazil, so he should be good to get minutes against Brentford, hinting that he will not be starting. And then on Martin Ødegaard, who has missed the last game against Burnley following the concussion which he obtained in training after the West Ham game. He said, we did not know how many days he needed to be out, and in the end, got more delayed than we wanted, but we need to protect the players. Doesn't really give it away, but there is hope that both Ødegaard and Gabriel Magalhaes will play. Ben White, it's hinted that he might not play. So Mikel Arteta giving us a little bit of an update on what's going on with those guys. Now we can see who's back in training and who's ready to go. As you can see, Ramsdale will be 100% starting against Brentford because of the situation with the goalkeeper being from Brentford on loan. You have some academy kids. You can see Ramsdale's quite excited to be back in the first team, ready to go for this game. Trossard and Jorginho back from international duties. David Raya is not going to be able to play this upcoming game. But Bukayo Saka back ready to go in training. Mikel Arteta's ready with the boys, and of course everybody's ready to go. Tomiyasu's there. I wanted to see if there's any of the Brazilians. Elneny's all happy. Eddie Nketiah. I do believe if there's anything that we're gonna know from this game is it going to be a situation where Ødegaard, Jorginho, and Declan Rice are the midfield? Because I think that's going to be the midfield for this game. I also look at this and I say to myself, okay, you're asking about transfer news. I'll get to the transfer news in a second, because there is a couple stories, but those stories are more or less on the back burner. You know what I mean? Basically, we're hinting at what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Would you find yourself in a situation where you sign a striker in January, or we go and get a midfielder? Because that's basically what our situation is currently. Do we go out and get a midfielder, or do we sign a striker in January? Because if you sign a striker in January, we might not have money to go do anything else. And if we sign a midfielder, we're not going to have money to get a striker. So it's more likely going to be one or the other. And at this moment in time, it doesn't look like there's that many options out there for that striker position. Just saying. It's just not looking good. But let's look into some of these transfer rumors. Let's see what they have to say. First of all, with Timber, if I'm not mistaken, there's no real update on exactly when Timber is going to be back. Rumors have it that he'll be back early in 2024, but there's no exact update on when he will be back 100%. That's the truth. Kai Havertz, we'll talk about Kai Havertz another day. I feel like I talk about him every stream for like 20 minutes. But the main story is going to be about the goalkeepers going into this game. There is one major news though. Takehiro Tomiyasu. He was linked away from Arsenal to Bayern Munich. What they said was Takehiro Tomiyasu, Arsenal are prepared to open talks with Takehiro Tomiyasu after he was linked away from the club to Bayern Munich, if I'm not mistaken. And here for long term, congratulations, David Raya, for being part of the Arsenal family. Yeah, David Raya is going to be here for a while. What's going on here? You got some people linking Caviar away on loan. There's no way we're letting Caviar leave. But yeah, Takehiro Tomiyasu, everyone looking to get a new contract. Everyone's making fun of Gabriel Jesus. That was disrespectful. There's this academy kid. There's this kid from Brazil. Don't know much about him. I don't think there's nothing there. Ben White is being assessed ahead of the Brentford game. Yeah, Ben White had a muscular injury, but he's going to be okay going into this game. The main story is around these two. And I don't think it's going to be resolved any moment now, anytime soon. That's just a reality of the situation. Of course, we've seen what happened with the fact that people were saying Tomiyasu to Bayern. I've seen some links with Tomiyasu to Bayern. Nothing really came from there. Those links looked more like they were agent-led, as Team News Tick says here, more agent-led stories. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, guys, I feel like it's going to be a pretty straightforward transfer window. We might just get in one player, and that player looks to be Douglas Luiz. that is the guy who we seem to be. That is the guy who we seem to be interested in. I know Ruben Neves links have been around, Zubamendi links have been around, but it seems to be that Douglas Luiz seems to be the priority at this moment in time. And let me show you guys what was said today by John Cross from the Mirror. Big up to you, my guy, saying, yeah, Jum'a Mubarak, would you prefer Douglas Luiz or Zubamendi? Honestly, I would want both. But the reality is, if we can get one, I think Douglas Luiz might be more attainable and he would be Premier League proven and he'll jump in right away. Arsenal remain very interested in Tony, but have to sell to stay in the line with spending rules while strengthening their midfield with potentially new loan signing, as Aston Villa's Douglas Luiz is more of a long-term option, is now the higher priority. So it could be a situation where we've now basically said, forget about the striker. We go all in on trying to get Douglas Luiz in January. I don't know. My question to everybody, would you prioritize a striker or would you rather prioritize a midfielder? If you could get one, who would you rather get? That is the question. Because that is what is going on here. We need to ask ourselves, what would you rather have? Would you rather get a striker or would you rather get a midfielder in? Because if we were able to get a striker in, people would be like, you know what, we'll be better positioned to win the league. But dare I say it, if we get a midfielder, wouldn't we be also in a more stronger position overall? Because I feel like we still have enough attacking options. We might just not have enough goals, in the sense we might not have that clinical striker, but midfielder might be the more important position at this moment in time. So I'm going to ask you guys quickly, would you rather Arsenal go sign a Douglas Luiz and get a midfielder in, or you break the bank on an Ivan Toney in January? Which one would you rather do? Because I don't think we're going to have the financial clout at this moment in time to go do that. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not looking good. But yeah, Arsenal definitely need a new midfielder in January if Partey departs. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Big up to you, sister. Yeah, the midfield. Midfield is going to be a problem. We need to fix the midfield, and we need to figure out how we're going to fix the midfield. Douglas Luiz is more realistic, 110%. Douglas Luiz is more realistic, but is it underwhelming? I think a lot of these signings are in January might come off as underwhelming. Look at Trossard. Trossard was a very underwhelming signing. Jorginho, very underwhelming signing. Looking in the grand scheme of things, they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. I like I said, 130 down the toilet. For who? I'm so confused. What do you call? Who's 130? Is he saying Declan? I'm confused. Two players combined. What? Like I said, 130 million down the toilet, and those two cost a combined 160 million. Who is he talking about? Are you talking about Kai Havertz and who else? Who else? Is he talking about the goalkeeper? Because the goalkeeper didn't cost that much. Is he talking about who else could he be saying that he's? I'm so confused. Havertz, Raya, and Vieira. Oh, okay, yeah. Raya cost 27 million. What are we talking about? Raya cost 27 million. I get it, Havertz and Vieira, if you want to criticize them, but to be fair, Vieira started off the season quite well. Like, let's not act like Vieira didn't start off the season decent. We're kind of overdoing it now. We're kind of overdoing it slightly, bro. Slightly overdoing it. Come on. Slightly overdoing it. But yeah, let's go through some of my tweets. First things first, we got the Arsenal defense. Yeah, the Arsenal defense has been amazing, and there is a report coming out that Ramsdale will 100% play against Brentford. We already knew this, but Fabrizio Romano is basically telling us something that we already knew. This is quite shocking. This is a team of the season by live score based on this season's player rating so far. Look at that, Zinchenko. Even as an Arsenal fan, I would have never guessed that Zinchenko would be on this list. What about you guys? I would have never guessed Zinchenko would be on this list. I thought Zinchenko was having a horrific season, in my opinion. And the fact that he's on this list, I'm quite surprised. I'm more surprised Saliba's not on this list, but hey, it is what it is. This is the team of the season for live score. There's some other stuff on here. Yeah, so I just want to talk about Tomiyasu quickly. So Tomiyasu needs to get a new contract. This guy plays left back, right back. He's one of the most underrated players in this Arsenal team. He plays in both center back positions. He comes off the bench. He can start. He's of the caliber to do both. And he just gives us that versatility needed where we don't need 4 defenders on the bench. This guy is a Swiss Army knife. He's our version of James Milner. And these are the kind of players you need when you're trying to challenge and you're trying to compete for major competitions. Somebody that can be utilized off the bench and has the quality to be a starter. We cannot let this guy go. We signed him. We signed him what? He's going into his 4th year after this season. We're gonna have to start thinking about giving him a new contract. Arsenal have started those contract talks, and I'm very happy that he's going to be getting that new deal. Hopefully, Takahiro Tomiyasu is here to stay for the foreseeable future. Now, I did ask people on Twitter, and over 363 people voted, and about 56% have said midfielder over striker. And I think that is the best case scenario for us. If we cannot get a striker, if we don't go and get a striker that's of the quality that can actually benefit this team in January, which is going to be difficult because there's not too many options out there, I do believe a midfielder is the better choice. And I'm happy to see a lot of people also agree. Also, with that being said, don't you think similar thing that happened to Leno is now happening to Ramsdale, and he could potentially be out the door? And I could see him going to another team in the Premier League. Maybe, dare I even say it, Chelsea. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's get into the Brentford team. This is my lineup for the Brentford game. I have Trossard up top. I'm not playing Eddie Nketiah or Jesus in this game. I have Trossard up top. I have Tomiyasu in because Ben White is coming back from some sort of injury or something. So we don't want to risk him. Let him come back fully healthy. I'm throwing Ødegaard in there. He's had enough time off, fully healed up, hopefully, from his concussion and everything else that he had going on. I hope he's okay. I'm gonna try this midfield out, and this might be our best midfield as Thomas Partey is out. Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Ødegaard might be our best midfield trio at this moment in time. Then you have the back line, of course, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Ramsdale getting his first start. The midfield is going to be Jorginho, Ødegaard, and Declan Rice. And then the front three, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard. That is my front three going into this game. I don't really think it's going to be too much. Tony is the best option for us to be a title contender, but FFP is the issue. That is true. Douglas Luiz and a loan deal for Neves would be great. If you haven't heard, the loan deal for Neves is off the table. That is no longer happening, my friend. I would prefer Neves loan, Ivan Toney, if possible. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't think that's going to happen at this moment in time. I don't think Neves loan is happening. I don't know if you guys seen, but David Ornstein basically came out with a report saying that that is completely off the table and is no longer happening. Not anymore. Not anytime soon. It's just, they've just taken it completely off the table. So with that being said, that is not happening. We're going to have to find another solution or another situation to see where we could potentially outsmart FFP or get something where we can do something to benefit us. That's just the situation at this moment in time. It's not looking good though. It's not looking good. What about let's see what else we can do. Tony and Douglas. We're not getting both. Bro, that's just the reality. We're not getting both. At this moment in time, we're not getting both. We're getting one or the other. We're not getting both. That's just the situation that we're in. If you think we're gonna get both, you're in another place. Unfortunately, we're not getting both. It's gonna be one or the other. I personally believe we're lucky if we get two transfer signings. Calvin Phillips. Now, I have seen links to us being linked to Calvin Phillips, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be any way on earth that we do that. One, because Manchester City will not sell to us. I don't think Man City will sell to us. I don't think Man City would like to sell to us. That's just me. That's just me. I don't think Man City would like to sell to us. But if Calvin Phillips, would you take Calvin Phillips at Arsenal, especially how he's flopped at Manchester City? Would you take him? Would you take him? I don't know. I don't think Calvin Phillips would be. I don't know. The guy hasn't played much at Man City at all. He's been basically a guy who just gets selected for the England team and he's in the City team, but I don't see him ever really featuring or ever really standing out or ever really having any good games, having much impact. At least Jorginho at Chelsea, at least Jesus at Man City, at least Zinchenko, they played and they actually put some impact in. What does Calvin Phillips actually bring to the table in 2023? I don't think he's been match fit for like 2 years. Yeah, Khalid's right. Jorginho over Calvin at this moment in time, yeah. Jorginho over Calvin's not a ridiculous statement at all. What is Calvin Phillips? What is Calvin Phillips bringing to the table in 2023? Actually, like take it in. What does he actually bring to the table? Does he bring anything to the table at this moment in time? I don't think so. Loan and Douglas Luiz. What we have to get out of our heads is that if you think we're potentially going to sign two players, I think you're highly mistaken. I really do think you're mistaken. I don't think we're going to sign two players. I just don't. I think at best we sign one. That's what I think. At best, maybe one. I don't think we sign two. Why would we sign two players? If FFP is the situation and we physically cannot sell players, we are going to be in a situation where we're going to look at this January window and we're going to say to ourselves, we won't be able to strengthen to the same way that we did last January, where we brought in Caviar, Jorginho, Trossard. Why did we spend so much money last January? I'm confused. How did we have so much money to spend? We didn't even make top four. Was it just because we made Europa League? I don't know. Nothing. We can't depend on Jorginho in the six. Very slow. That's true, but what are we gonna do? Calvin will bring his injuries to the table. Oh my goodness. Calvin Phillips, man. He's actually at this moment in time, what is he good at? No, seriously. What would he be good at? I don't know. I think we're gonna have to look at some of these. Let's look at some of these Arsenal transfer rumors. See if there's anything of note that that would be worth us actually taking in. What is going on with Arsenal transfer news? Is there even any good transfer news lately with Arsenal? I haven't seen much. The only stuff I seen was the Tomiyasu stuff, and that's it really. Like I don't see too much. I don't see too many stories going around about anything. I seen the Tomiyasu thing. No, that's it really. That's it really. It's not really saying much. But yo, talk to me, guys. What's your score prediction for tomorrow? Honestly, because I feel like we go into that game tomorrow. I'm gonna show you guys what they're saying the lineups are gonna look like. They're saying the lineups for tomorrow's game is going to be looking like this. This is what they're projecting for the lineups. They're saying it's gonna be a situation where Ben White, Ødegaard are back in the team. You have Tomiyasu in left back. What? Yeah, they have Tomiyasu in left back. Let me show you guys what they. This is what they're projecting the team will be. The best option is Zubimendi. Zubimendi has a release clause of like 50 something million, maybe. Zubimendi would probably be the most attainable because he has a release clause, but we have to wait and see. Um, this is the situation at this moment in time. So you got Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu. Personally, for me, I play Tomiyasu right back. I play Zinchenko left back. You got Ødegaard, Jorginho, Rice, Martinelli, Trossard, Saka. Hmm. Hmm. I like the midfield and the attack. Just change the defense and we're cooking. Injuries wise, we're not that bad now. It's saying Partey should be back late January. Timber should be back late January. Um, Emil Smith Rowe is still out. I didn't even know Cedric was injured or ill. The guy doesn't play anyways. And then, oh yeah, so Brentford have been a team where we beat most of the time, but they did pick up 2 results against us since they joined us in the Premier League. Last year, unfair due to VAR, we dropped 2 points. And 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, the first game of the season, they beat us after getting promotion. But yeah, there's not too much really going on, guys. Let's be honest. I've looked around. The only other thing that we need to talk about is that Gabriel Jesus comment, because that comment that Gabriel Jesus made really had people saying some crazy stuff about Gabriel Jesus. Like he was fully getting violated for saying that statement about something across the lines of like, oh shit. Yo, guys, I forgot to tell you, it's not happening. It's not happening. Ivan Tony, by the way, it's not happening. To me, Ahmed, big up. Hope you're doing well. But I have some bad news. Have some bad news. The Telegraph report understand. However, the January transfer for Ivan Tony is far from likely. It is understood that Tony is going to make a move in the winter. It most certainly not to be to Arsenal. Looks like he's gonna head to Chelsea, man. Looks like he's going to Chelsea, cause or maybe he doesn't even move at all. At this moment in time, I thought Ivan Toney to Arsenal was gonna happen in January, but as we get closer and closer, it looks like FFP might actually be an issue for us, and we seriously might not be interested in playing around now that we've seen Everton get in trouble and other people get in trouble. So Ivan Toney to Arsenal is more than likely off the table. That is what it looks like at this moment in time. Off the table, not happening, and it's not looking good, fam. It is not looking good. It's not looking good. That's the reality. It's not looking good. If there was a situation, if there's a situation where we could get Ivan Tony and potentially a midfielder, I would bite your hand off. But right now, it's not looking good, fam. I'm concerned what we're gonna do this window. I don't know what we're gonna do or how far we're gonna go to try to fix this team, but it's not looking good, man. Am I worried about the team going forward? I'm not too concerned. I'm just saying the transfer window doesn't look like it's going to be as exciting as I wanted it to be. Luckily, Timber could potentially be coming back very soon. Hopefully, he comes back very soon. Mikel Arteta has said some stuff about Timber, but we gotta wait and see what happens with that, as we don't have all the information yet on that situation with the Timber situation at this moment in time. I'm just gonna wait and see what is the next thing. Oh, by the way, oh shit, Kieran Tierney's back fit and he's still on loan. I forgot about Kieran Tierney. That guy, man. Wallahi, I haven't even thought about Kieran Tierney in the longest time. Where's that quote from? Where's that quote from Jesus? Yo, where's that quote from Jesus? I need to show you guys that quote. There was a ridiculous quote from Gabriel Jesus that really had me thinking. Where is it? Oh, you know what? Forget about the quote for a second. Let me show you guys this. This is mad. Look at this. Mikel Arteta has turned us into an absolute powerhouse. Look at this. So this is where teams allow balls to be progressed. So this is basically your defense. The yellow means your this is where the opponent has the most possession and they're the most progressive. The blue is like where the defenders have their opponent under control. So you, for example, you look at City. City have allow a lot of their attack opponents to attack from the left, their right, of course. Chelsea kind of have it all over a little bit all over the place, but not too much. Arsenal, barely any, barely any. This just goes to show you how well we defend, and how well we defend as a unit, and how much we've changed over the years. Let me show you guys how much we've changed over the years. This is where is it? Arsenal. The obvious improvement. So this was the year 2020, 2021, 2022, 2021, 2022, and then 20 sorry, this is 2024, 2024, 2022, 2023, and 2021, 2022. Look at the difference. Each year getting so much better defensively and just taking away more and more of the space and the progression and the time away from the opponent. We've done a really good job improving and building on that defensive shape that Mikel Arteta has been trying to build on, and and it's just allowed us to push on as a team. Honestly, very very proud of how we've played defensively, but we need to see more from that. It can't just be it. That just can't be it. Now it's time to be a little sad for a second. What do we do about this guy? What do we do about Kai Havertz? What do we do about Kai Havertz? Big up Mustafa, hit that like button, bro. Khalid, hello, big up to you, Mustafa, bro. Big up all the guys, man. Big up all the guys. But yeah, man. What do we do about Kai Havertz? Honestly, I need to know because I'm not ready to give up on him yet, but I am extremely concerned, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely concerned. I am very, very worried that the Kai Havertz transfer could be could be just a thorn in our side for the rest of the season, where we just look back at that transfer and say, you know what, why did we do this? We spent too much money on a player that was not going to benefit this team, and it could hurt us in the long run. Or you know what, it might have already hurt us slightly. We could have signed so many other players for that 65 million. Is at this moment in time, I'm not ready to completely write them off, but it's not good business by us at all, and it's very very annoying that we did this transfer and it's not really worked out yet. Finally, Gabriel Jesus' statement. I believe that goals are not my strong point. Yeah. Yeah. It's peak because he's not lying. He's not lying. It's just you don't want him to say it. You don't want them to say it. He's not lying, but you don't want them to say it. I think this Gabriel Jesus is not the striker that we need to push us forward to win major trophies, but he can be a really good squad player. He is a really good signing, and he's helped us push us forward and make us a better team. Will he take us to the next level to go win major honors? I don't think so. He can be part of a team that can help us win, but he cannot be the reason why we win. I think he's a good player on a good team, but he's not a player who can uh, make a team that finished product. Definitely not. Manchester City are. I'm not gonna say they're a better team without him, but they won't. They don't miss him as much as they would if they were to lose Erling Haaland or Julian Alvarez. You know what? Maybe put him. Would Would you rather have Julian Alvarez over Jesus? Be honest. Be honest. If Arsenal had Julian Alvarez instead of Gabriel Jesus, would we be a better team right now? I want to know what you guys think. Interesting question. I think we would be a better team. I think Julian Alvarez is much more clinical than Gabriel Jesus. And if we had Julian Alvarez in this Arsenal team, we would be a better overall team than we are right now. And I'm not trying to dunk on Gabriel Jesus. I think he's been massively disrespected the last 24 to 48 hours by some of the people. He's still a top player. He's still a Brazilian international who's shown it at the top level in the Premier League. But right now, you don't need to be saying these things, bro. You don't need to be saying these things. Yeah, it is what it is. Look, we will have to wait and see how things progress from here. He's right. At least he spoke out and admitted it. Hey, you like that? I don't. I think personally, you should have kept that shit to yourself. Take that shit to the grave. But hey, it is what it is. Everyone does things differently. I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I don't think there's much more to be said. Anything else you guys got to say? Let me know in the comment section. We'll go through some of your comments. We'll go through some of your questions in the comment section. Let's go through some of these questions. What do you guys have to say? Let's see. Any Q&A questions or anything in the comments, or if anybody wants to jump on, you guys can jump on. We can have a couple words before we wrap up. I can see some of you guys saying Julian Alvarez is a natural striker. Jesus is a false nine. Yeah, 100%. Mo says 1,000. Yeah, indeed. Scoring is not Jesus' strong ability, but our attack functions way better when he is there. 100% because he's a more experienced player. He's able to find pockets. He's able to create chances and score chances, but it's just he's not the most clinical finisher. So it might take him 2, 3 opportunities to finish off that goal. But sometimes the most difficult goals where you need to do a lot, he'll be able to score. But some of the most easiest ones, he'll struggle. Kind of like that Olivier Giroud effect, where it's like you're a scorer of good goals, but you're not a scorer of every goal. How much can we get for Aaron if we sell him? I was contemplating this. If Aaron's lost his starting job, so how much could we actually garner? Maybe 30. We bought him for 30 something million. Surely we have to get at least 40, no? I would say at least 40 million for Aaron Ramsdale in today's market. Maybe even 70. But it depends how much the person who we're buying from is in a place of negotiating strength or not. If we are in a situation where we are in a negotiating strength and the people who want to buy him have the money and we can push the price up as much as we can, advantage Arsenal. But if we do not, it would probably be around 45, 50. You're right. Probably be around 45, 50. But I would try to get as much as possible. Big up to you, Abdurrahman, in the building. Big up to. Oh, what's going on? Can you guys see me? Yeah, the market is crazy. 110%. The market is crazy. Average players are costing how much nowadays? Average players costing like 50, 60 million. You got Rasmus Højlund hasn't done nothing, going for how much? 80 million euros to Manchester United. It's just not even funny anymore. Just the amount of money that's being splashed around in today's football market is nuts. And I don't see it declining at all, in my opinion. I just see it going up and up and up to the sky. But yeah, 50 to 65. I don't think we can garner 65 million. I think that's unrealistic. That seems to be unrealistic in my opinion. Um, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see what some of the questions were on. I'm gonna check something quickly just to see some of these questions quickly. Because there is a Q&A page. Let's see what they have to say here. Um, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Does Leandro Trossard start for you guys tomorrow? Does Leandro Trossard start for you guys tomorrow? Because Leandro Trossard starts for me. Leandro Trossard starts for me 100% tomorrow. 110%. I start Leandro Trossard tomorrow. 110%. I start Leandro Trossard tomorrow if even if Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah are fit, ready to go. I start Leandro Trossard, and I think we maybe bring Gabriel Jesus on at the end of the game when we've already scored 1 or 2 goals to finish off the game and make it more comfortable for us, either coming in for Saka or Trossard near the end of the game. And even Eddie Nketiah can come on. We can bring on multiple substitutions. Where do you think Timber will fit into this Arsenal team at this moment in time? If I was to say where would Timber fit, I think Timber would be rotation for the left back spot. I think Timber would actually start at left back at this moment in time. I think Timber would start over Zinchenko, even though Zinchenko has apparently been one of the best based on live scores ratings. I would start Timber, Gabriel Jesus, Timber, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, and Ben White. That would be my defensive 4. That would be my 4. That would be my back 4, especially against big teams. That would be my back 4 and the team that I would play in these games. Don't forget, last time we visited Brentford, we had a big goal from Fabio Vieira from distance, so we can do it. Next question is, how much has the midfield missed Martin Ødegaard? Do you guys think we've missed Martin Ødegaard? Because you guys don't even realize, like, Martin Ødegaard didn't play in the last game, and we won, what was it, 2-0? How much did we beat thing by Burnley? I forget. I think they scored, didn't they? Did we keep a clean sheet in the last game? I don't think we did. Nah, it was 3-1. Have we missed Martin Ødegaard? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't feel like we missed him. I don't feel like we missed him. No. I don't feel like we missed him at all. I felt like he's been all right. We've been actually doing okay without him. Yeah. They've been coping without him. 100%. It's like he's one of our best players, but you know what? We manage without him. That just goes to show you how much more quality we have in this team right now. That just goes to show you how much quality we have in this team right now. I'm going to ask you guys a silly question, and I want to know if you guys are going to tell me something. Keeper 100. Would you start Kai Havertz versus Brentford? Let me know. Yeah, versus Newcastle, we probably missed him. The goal was scored through a corner. Yeah, I forgot about that. The goal was definitely scored through a corner. The goal was definitely scored through a corner. But would you start Kai Havertz? Unfortunately, yes. You would start Kai Havertz? Why? Why would you start Kai Havertz? I don't get it. What would be the benefit? What would be the benefit in starting Kai Havertz, huh? What would be the benefit in starting Kai Havertz in this game? You tell me. You tell me. What would be the benefit? I want to know. I really want to know. Because I think if Ødegaard is fit, you play Ødegaard in this game. You don't mess around. You play Martin Ødegaard in this game. You continue to grind it out with Martin Ødegaard, and you say bun it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about you guys, but let me know. That's what I'm saying, at least. What else is there? He was saying, yes, hold the ball up. Come on. If Martin Ødegaard's fit, you play Jorginho, Martin Ødegaard, and Declan Rice. Why are we playing Kai Havertz in this game? Why? What's the benefit? You know what? That's it for today, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. My score prediction for the game, of course, is going to be a 2 nil Arsenal victory. And I'll catch you guys on the next stream, post-match reaction. Kind of feel like this was a little bit of like, just a little opportunity to catch up with you guys and just have a couple words. But I'll catch you guys on the next stream, and we'll be doing Bastion 6 on Sunday. For now, you already know what it is. No, I won't start Kai Havertz. Take care, bro. 3-1. Big up to you. And yeah, let me know your score predictions on the way out, guys. I'm out of here. Love for the love, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace. Love for the love. You already know what it is. Peace.